And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is, of course, your dude Light Liger here, and today we are going to be talking about Masternodes and their current economical climate. Are they good investment in 2020? Will they be good investment in 21? And etc. And kind of looking at some of the current issues that they are facing in terms of the mass adoption question. And then after that, we are going to be jumping into my top 5 picks of Masternodes that you should buy if you're looking for a solid investment. Hashtag not financial advice. But let's kind of get started by looking at the whole Masternode situation as of right now. And I'm going to be using a website called Masternodes.online. It doesn't sadly have all the Masternodes listed here on their website, but it's kind of like the closest thing that we're going to be using right now, which filters which coins are proof of stake and Masternode, because for some reason GoingGecko or GoingMarketCap hasn't decided to do these sort of categories. They did one for DeFi, but they haven't done really one for Masternode, for example. So one of the things I really want to start off by the get-go is kind of talking about some of the inherent problems that are kind of plaguing Masternodes. Masternodes, by all means, are kind of like old concept of an idea. It's a kind of like a good system depending on if there's a real utility for the coin and some type of a mechanism that kind of stops people from just actually dumping their Masternode rewards. And there's other problems which I do want to mention. The first one being that most of these Masternodes coins, which actually offer pretty high return of investment, if you look at actually this chart here, some of them give in hundreds of percentages, some are in thousands, and they are projects that basically die out really, really fast, and their price just plummets. So they are kind of sort of a Ponzi schemes in a way. You basically try to sell them so other person wants to get a Masternode and etc. And this means that a lot of these lower market cap Masternodes, which I have talked about on the channel before, anything that is basically below sub $1,000, tend to lose a lot of their price over time due to the fact that they are giving 40 to 60% interest per year. That is just not inherently sustainable, especially if you don't have any type of a burning mechanism or really some hard utility on your project, which would give up the demand for the token to be bought outside from the Masternodes themselves. So that is my point number one. The second point is that lately we have, in the past 2 years, we have seen so many simple staking protocols, Tezos, Cosmos, Algorand, Cardano, Zilliqa, and staking with these is extremely easy, simple. Masternode setup, which I have a tutorial on my channel, can be a bit difficult. It's not the most easiest thing to do. The problem is also that when you update your core wallets, and I have to say core wallets are really annoying to tackle with because they have a lot of errors. Sometimes the whole wallet's data can wiped out. You have to sync it again. Sometimes you even lose your funds. Has happened to me a couple of times, and there are a lot of technical issues, and updating your wallet every 2 months in certain types of certain wallets and projects, it's not exactly the most optimal and easiest way for people to participate on the ecosystem. So that has been one of the problems. So I don't find it really easy enough for the normies to get. I mean, after you've set up one Masternode, it's very easy to set up the next one because they're not very different in that sense. And the other thing which has, bursted out this year is DeFi. And Masternodes exactly are not known from having smart contract supports. Some of them do, but even if you have support for token creation or smart contracts, it doesn't mean that people are building stuff on your platform. So people are just more prone to go to Ethereum or some other major chain to build those things because there's not necessarily any incentives. Maybe there's not a treasury system or anything type of else that basically incentivize people building on a random Masternode coin which may not be around from 1 year from now. So the DeFi problem has been a bit of an issue. And the last thing is actually the cost. So hosting Masternodes, which I do on myself on Pecunia, where it's around $1 a month, and that is literally the cheapest service you can go with. But most of the time, if you're going to be buying a Masternode, which is going to be, let's say, this BTCT, and that is giving you $3 per month, and there are a lot of projects where you're going to be giving you a lot less than that. So sometimes with other services which charge you a lot more, $3 a month, $5 a month, depending what platform you're going to be using for hosting. If you're going to be doing the VPS yourself and everything, the cost of running the Masternode per month is going to be higher than the actual rewards that you're going to be getting from setting the monthly cost in most of the time. So that is something that also is a bit problematic altogether with Masternodes. I inherently think that these are things that they have to fix, because any other project that is doing delegated proof of stake is just getting all the audience, and I just don't think that the Masternode model is just going to be something to go in the future, and a lot of these projects are just losing on price. I'm going to be also talking about projects I did decide not to mention here, because even though I've now listed them based on Masternode worth. So we have things like Divi project, which is a pretty chill project. I think it's definitely overvalued. Vita is also another one that is kind of like pump and dump type of a coin. Definitely not recommending it. And Dash is probably the most popular Masternode coin. It's the most highest market cap Masternode coin as well. However, the ROI is only 5.76%. They are changing that. There's a bit of a governance issue or battle going on Dash right now. So they are in a bit of a pickle right now. Dash hasn't been doing that well in terms of the price. Not too long ago, it was above $100, even higher than that a long time ago. So it's not something that I see like going above 100 again. And the ROI is so low that I don't think it's really worth it to put 78,000 on it. There's a lot of good things about Dash, no doubt, but it's not able to, do smart contracts, for example. So it has clear limitations as a coin. It's a bit old age, but it does definitely have certain aspects which, make it decent, however. And then people have a lot of talked about other projects such as Energy. Energy is another good example, which I didn't want to list because the fact of the matter is the Energy project, it used to be, now it's $1.3. It used to be on $10 not too long ago, like last year. So it has dropped quite immensely when we look at the price data. Let's actually open the GoingGecko. And it actually supports smart contracts and all of these things, but nobody's building dApps on it. You can, port basically Ethereum dApps into Energy right now. You could do Uniswap port if you wanted to, but nobody has done that. And yes, they have this exchange coming out. I'm interested actually covering it some point on the channel, but you can see the yearly chart doesn't look very good, especially when it was at $3.8 earlier this year. So it just has gone down in price, and it's just going to keep doing that. One point that I forgot to mention, that a lot of these stable coin services are giving us above 10%, sometimes in 18%. OUSD has gone into 30% as of right now. So there's been crazy interest rates on stable coins as of right now, and they are just much more safer bets versus your Masternode coins. So do you want to be investing in Energy if it's like, let's say it's a 45%, but if it goes down in price twice the current amount, then it's around 20%, which is something you could have getting with stable coins almost. So you have to really think about the percentages a lot. And I want to do very quick shout outs to a couple of projects before we go into the 5 picks. These are not sponsored or anything. This is Steakhound, which is basically creating Ethereum tokens based on popular DeFi projects such as Zcoin, NEM, Dash, and Ethereum. And basically, they're going to be giving you staking rewards on the platform by converting these coins into Ethereum, so you can trade them on Uniswap. So this is actually kind of neat idea to bring these Masternode coins, NEM is not a Masternode coin, but bringing them into Ethereum and allowing you to earn the staking rewards while participating on DeFi. And I might do a review on their platform once it launches. I'm actually interested kind of participating on the Zcoin one. and maybe Nem and Dash. So something to definitely look into. If you are a Masternode project, I definitely think you should probably partner up, because this is probably going to be the gateway for DeFi projects, starting with Syscoin. And Syscoin is actually, well, the question obviously is, well, why is this platform here? So Syscoin is kind of like one of those bit more OG projects that have been staying alive for a relatively long time. They have a Ethereum bridge, which is actually very good. Not very marketed by the Ethereum community. It's been not, they don't know about it, and I think that's their marketing fault. I guess I'm doing a bit of a favor for them by talking about it now. And they also have their own tokens, which are called, I believe, SLP. And they actually have a silver backed stablecoin coming out soon. And I'm very interested in buying that, because I already hold gold stablecoins, but I don't have any silver based stablecoins. So that's something that I truly, truly desire. There is also a very high TPS on their system, high security. The fees are obviously very low on all Masternode coins. It's pretty established. It has also not lost that much compared to most of the other platforms in terms of a token. So here's the Load project that I kind of talked about. This is the silver stable coin. I believe they're working on something else. I think they're coming out with a gold one as well. But definitely something that you want to be, this is the silver verifiable silver bullion. And then there's the aux coin, which is verified by gold bullion. So these are cool projects, and we're probably going to be seeing people putting diamonds, and these are going to be coming out in the future. But I definitely believe Syscoin is one of the better ones. They have a big community, big following. They have been around. And 4.0, is able to allow move ERC20 tokens back on between Ethereum network. Compatibility with Ethereum is going to be more relevant, in my opinion, because I think once Ethereum 2.0 comes out, it's going to be majorly important to have. And then there's also zero confirmation transactions, which is the ZDAC protocol, which is a pretty nice feature as well. And I think they also are in a lot of big exchanges right now. So Binance availability, that's something that I forgot to mention. A lot of these smaller masternodes are all in really, really bad exchanges. But moving on, we have Horizon. Horizon, I think, is pretty good because they have been closely at top 100 for a very long time. The price has been pretty resistant. They also had a halving going on. They have side chains, which are popular. Somebody actually using their side chains. A lot of projects have side chains, such as Stratis, but nobody is using the Stratis side chains. Horizon actually has real users. They actually have also a big community. Their Masternode staking is super easy, super user-friendly. I'm doing it right now, so I have the smaller node. Maybe I will upgrade it to the bigger one at some point. But it's really easy to do and really easy to set up. You just paste coins into your wallet, and then you provide that text ID basically into the hosting provider, and bada bing bada boom, it's done. So very easy. Masternodes, they also have mobile wallets, and this is one of the other things, you need mobile wallets for mass adoption. So I hate when people talk about mass adoption, but they don't have most key and basic things you would expect to have in order to get in there. And also, one of the good things about Horizon is it's on all the top exchanges. It's on KuCoin. Apparently, there's a Celsius partnership right now. I think I remember reading about that. And so basically, yes, Horizon is a lot of good things about it. I recommend taking a closer look at them. And also, they have a very nice faucet. Next up, we have Nulls. It's another platform, Masternode platform that actually supports smart contracts, and there's actually dApps being built on it. And Nulls is also working on a couple of very exciting ideas. The Nulls 2.0 was a big upgrade that they recently had. Nulls is also on a lot of major exchanges. KuCoin, I believe it's also on Binance. And they also have this chain factory system that allows developers to build a new chain or enhance existing chain by automatically deploying modules selected from a warehouse to endless modular solution. So it's kind of like to my understanding. This is very tech-heavy stuff. I guess that's like a side chain of sorts. And then there's the chain box, which I believe is kind of somewhat related to that as well. Cross-chain consensus, that also is pretty good. But let's move on. So next up we have Loki, which is one of the head runners in terms of privacy in the Masternode scene. So you're looking for a coin that is very keen on privacy. Loki is probably the way to go. They got some exciting stuff coming out also. Let me see if I can actually find it. So they have the Onion Routing Net, for example. End-to-end encrypted, messenger. I think, I talked about it on the stream that European Union and many other countries are moving really fast to do ban end-to-end encryptions because they want to quote-unquote catch terrorists, which is not really the real reason. They just want to control everything. That's what they love doing. So we need a lot more applications which are building messenger systems and ways to communicate on a lot of things. And they are working on, and there's ERC20 token support, and they also have some type of an atomic swaps with privacy issue type of thing going on. I'm not going to be digging up the article right now. It was talked about in some of my Newsweek things, but these guys are actually building on a lot of stuff. So it's actually a project that has something coming on, the liquidity incentives and everything. So it's another project that is going to be available on Ethereum. A lot of people who realize that that's the place to be. You want to be part of DeFi. Those projects are adapting. They are doing the right solutions because they know it's not really easy to just build a smart contract platform that is going to be just able to compete with Ethereum from the get-go. And then lastly, we have StakeNet, which have their own Lightning network with Bitcoin. It's actually one of those really only working Lightning network things. I've talked about StakeNet before. I have sold a lot of my shares. I think right now it's pretty affordable to get into, and they really haven't even rolled out a lot of their materials. I think a lot of their wallets, they also have a cloud staking platform, Masternodes as a service, pooled staking, which I have participated on, and I still have some funds there, I believe. And they also have a DEX coming out for based on Lightning Network, which is infinitely scalable Lightning swaps, and that allows you to do, like, I believe Litecoin, Bitcoin, I think maybe even Monero and Ethereum. So it's going to be an interesting thing there. And this is also a project that has many projects coming out, and there's a thing called Viper, apparently a Lightning router that allows Lightning Network's hubs for StakeNet, Bitcoin, Litecoin, and collect fees while their private keys remain safe and secure in cold storage. So this is just a project that has a lot of things built on. I think right now it's a pretty affordable Masternode out of the 5 that I have listed here. But that's pretty much my 5 things that I would recommend buying. The couple of other alternatives I want to bring there is Zenzo. Problem with Zenzo is that it's still only on pretty shitty exchanges. Then you have Nix, which has also some of the things, but they're only kind of like the angle that they have is the privacy stuff. And then you have Zcoin, which is also kind of like a project that has, which is, by the way, this is called now Fyro. And they are also kind of like only privacy things. So I think privacy will get you so far. You have to think, I believe, provide a bit more than that to able to dissuade people using from Monero or something like that. But that is my rundown. A bit of a long video, but hopefully you liked it. And leave your comments below. What do you think the Masternodes are best, and etc. And I'm going to leave all the exchange links down below where you can buy them as well. Thanks for watching. I will see you guys next time.